Yo, what's up guys, it is Tom and welcome back to a brand new video and a brand new episode of my MotoGP 17 Rider Career Mode here for Season 2 in the Moto2 class. And we're getting towards the end now of Season 2 with only 6 more races to go and 2 of them in this episode. And today we'll be racing around MISANO and Aragon. So 2 good tracks that were pretty good to me last season, especially MISANO where I dominated in Moto3. So let's hope for more of the same in today's episode. We need a big win, if possible 2 race wins to try and bounce back, because we're struggling in the championship right now and with 6 races to go. We're 39 points behind my teammates, so we've got a lot of gaps to try and make up, and that's what we're going to try and do here today in this episode. So let's jump straight to qualifying for MISANO. Right, qualifying at MISANO is a wet one here, so it's going to make it very interesting in terms of the weather conditions. So hopefully we can try and get pole position. The weather conditions are normally pretty good to me, so hopefully I can try and get pole position. So let's jump straight to qualifying now and see exactly how far up the grid we can stick our KTM machine and hopefully try and get pole position. Okay, so at the end of the first lap I've got some good pace around here. The laps got better and better as I've gone on. 3 tenths down the first sector, 2 in the middle, and only half a tenth in the third. And across the line, have I gone fast? It's not quite. Losing 7 tenths in the final sector there, so I think I can get pole here quite comfortably if I just get the lap hooked up. So let's try and do that now and try and shake off this Mark VDS bike who's on my tail. Okay, 1.1 up in the third sector. I think this is going to be the lap. It's very hard for me to lose 1.1 in the final sector, so let's try and bring it home through the final corner on the power, running it nice and wide, and we're going to run up to the line. But this should be pole position for MISANO, and yes it is, by 6 tenths of a second. And there you go. With that, qualifying is pretty much done, and that was a very comfortable lap time. And I feel like, just like in Season 1, I've easily got the pace around here to try and compete. So that's going to be qualifying. We're now going to move into the final qualifying result. Right, there we have it then. Qualifying is in the books, and pole position at MISANO, and what an impressive qualifying session that was. Almost 7 tenths clear of Thomas Luthi, last time's race winner, and crucially Oliveira's down in P5. So today, or should I say tomorrow on Sunday, is a good chance for us to really get that race win that we need and recover from our crash. Not in the last episode in Silverstone, but in Austria. That Austria one really hurt us badly, so we need to try and make up the point from that particular horrible race. So let's try and jump into the race now and see if we can try and recover some points.
Everything ready to start at MISANO, and the riders really focusing, because making a strong start is key here. You don't want to lose places at that initial chicane.
Right then, it's race day, it's MISANO. Let's try and make this a good race, nice and comfortable for us hopefully. 4 red lights, and it's lights out. And away we go, let's try a good start. A little bit of wall spin, but we made it work. A great launch off the line. And now just got to take the inside line for the first corner. And there we go. We're in first place. Dry conditions, as in there's no actual rain falling, but the track is wet. So we've had a sprinkle before the race. So very tricky conditions here, but not as tricky as yesterday in qualifying where the rain was really coming down. And I can really feel the difference in grip compared to yesterday. So right now, the weekend's been perfect so far. Good pace, good qualifying. And now we've got to try and establish our dominance in the race. So let's try and get down to business here, crack on with the race, try and set some good lap times, and really get the gap out to the guys behind, because I know that when I feel the bike and I've got a good feeling underneath me, I can be really dominant, like in Assen and Brno. So let's try and repeat that here today at MISANO and really set down a marker that I won that World Riders Championship for the 2nd year in a row. The conditions are much better than qualifying, and I'm absolutely flying around here, already getting a huge gap out to the guys behind. Fastest lap of the race, undoubtedly from myself there, as I'm really putting some space in between myself and the guys behind. I just need Oliveira to not finish in 2nd place, preferably, just so that he comes back to me in the championship a little bit, because he is a bit far away. So I need a few 3rd or 4th places from Oliveira in the remainder of the season to really make this championship a possibility. I am really feeling it now with this bike. I'm really hooked up around here. The pace is on another planet. It's on another level. I am flying around MISANO, and it's not even funny how fast I am with the 1 minute 40.5, already going much faster than qualifying. I'm really flying here, and this is going to be a big 25 points unless something goes wrong from here until the end of the race. Oh, that's a big one. Bottom left, Oliveira's crashed, and he was in P7. That is huge. So Oliveira's had a crash, and that's going to really swing it around in the championship for me, because that's going to bring me a big load of points when I come home in first place, hopefully. Oliveira is going to be probably out of the points. So that's going to be a big 25 point gain this race if I bring it home where I am. Right, here we go. Then on to the final lap of the race. I've got pretty much a whole sector worth of gap to Tom Luthi in 2nd. So this race has gone really well for me. This is the sort of race I needed to really boost my confidence and also reboost my championship hopes, regardless of Oliveira falling off or not. I would have been very proud of the result of this race, and a much needed 25 points. Right, through the penultimate corner, it's been a comprehensible victory here and an absolute domination at MISANO, and the sort of race I was hoping for a long time. But here we go, out the final corner, going to pop a celebratory wheelie as we come through to win MISANO, and what a race that was, and a huge race win, and one that I really needed for the World Riders Championship. As you can see there, a race win with a fast lap of the race, almost 3 seconds faster than anybody else, and crucially, Oliveira finished in P19, so that's a big game changer for the championship, and I'm right back in the mix now with that race win. So that is a huge game changer in this season. Right, qualifying at Aragon, the track where obviously last season I did improve quite a bit compared to when I did the Red Bull Rookies Cup, but the final sector was where I struggled. Let's see if this story is the same on the Moto2 machine, but right now I'm looking forward to qualifying, and hopefully we can try and continue a good run from the last race. So without further ado, let's jump straight into qualifying and see where we qualify for the Aragon Grand Prix. Right, through the final corner at the end of my first lap, and it hasn't been too shabby. The first sector is pretty damn good, but the rest of the lap does fall apart a little bit. But here we go, out the final corner. Let's see what the final sector is, and across the line, let's have a look. 1.8 off the pace, so definitely time to gain there as I get turn 1 all wrong, running it way too hot. So there we go, that's the first lap in the books. Let's try and improve now in our second. Right, here we go then. I'm currently fastest in all 3 sectors. 3/10 up in the third sector. I've had a pretty good final corner there. I'm going to pick up the toe across the line. That might do the trick for me in the final sector while I'm still struggling. And there we go, across the line and 2/10 down, good enough for P5. And that's going to be, I think, qualifying the books, because that was pretty much a perfect lap for me. And they haven't got the assistance of the toe in the final sector, so I don't think I'm going to be able to improve on that much more. And I've just had a huge crash. So yeah, I think that's going to be the end of qualifying. So let's move into the final qualifying results. Right, so P5 at Aragon, and it's a Mark VDS 2.3 and a KTM 4.5 with Oliveira just pipping me there for P4. But crucially, Thomas Luthi once again on pole, so he's done a really good job lately of getting his bike up the sharp end of the grid. But it promises to be a very tasty race tomorrow, so without further ado, let's jump straight into it.
In just a few moments, the Aragon Grand Prix will get going. The riders are clearing their minds because they know they're going to have to give it 100% right from the off.
Right then, here we are, Aragon. Let's try and make this one count, try and follow up what we did last time in the last race, and let's go, lights out and away we go, let's roll. Good start off the line, making the jump up into 4th place. Let's slow it down now for the first corner, accidentally hitting the first gear there. I didn't mean to do that, but we've lost a place to Passini there, so we're down to P6 now. As we go through turn 2, Luthi's had a shocking start from 1st place down to P4. Here we go then, through this right hander. This is my strongest sector, so I've got to make it count. And here we go then, good run up the inside of Luthi possibly, and also maybe Oliveira, who now tightening up onto the apex of this corner, squirting the power on nice and early. Passini is still on my inside there. Going to go right on the outside of Luthi, almost contact with Oliveira there, but we've kept it in one piece. Passini's looking to go up the inside of Luthi here. I'm going to try and follow him through. A good exit speed as we now go into the very tricky flip-flop chicane here. Very tricky corner. You've got to be very careful because these guys can sort of swing into your path at any given second. I've had a nice line and a good run through there. That's going to allow me to get past Luthi. And now we're behind Passini through this left-hander here, where we have to be very careful, just running it a bit wide there. So I'm going to get off the track onto the AstroTurf, and that's going to give me a 1/10 penalty for my trouble. So just risking it a little bit too much there. But Luthi's gone back past me. I'm going to go back up the inside here and make the move, but we can't let this front pack escape. The main thing is that Oliveira finishes behind me this race. I don't care if I win or not. I just can't have Oliveira win the race. So here we go. Let's filter through now this chicane section. Squirt the power on nice and early. Let's try and pick up a toe on Mattia Passini. Maybe possibly make a move into the final corner, even though I'm not great on the brakes into there. So here we go then. Nice toe. Good straight line speed. We're going to go to the outside actually. And let's see if we pull it off. I'm going to turn in a little bit later than Passini. Run a bit of a wider line through the corner. Pick up the traction. And let's see if we can make this work as I get a bit of a switchback line. Focusing on the straight line speed that I'm going to carry onto the pit straight. Here we go. Picking up a toe on Passini. It's sort of covering the inside for him, which is slightly annoying. But I'm going to try and have a look at it possibly on the exit of this corner, because this is my strongest sector, like I said before. So here we go. I'm going to just get it through here. Make sure I avoid the curb, otherwise I'll have another accident like in qualifying, as you guys saw. And here we go, right on the outside. Good speed through there. I just seem to carry so much more momentum than the AI through that section. And now I'm very close to Oliveira in front of me, so it's going to be 2 Mark VDS bikes versus 2 KTMs for the race win here, I think. A little bit of contact there between Oliveira and Marquez. I'm going to benefit from that by making the move up the inside of my teammate. And now I'm going to go up the inside of Marquez. So there we go, up into P2. Nice double overtake there. Just capitalised on the fact that they've had a little bit of a stumble between the pair of them. And now I can chase after Morbidelli, or not, because Oliveira's just going to make the dive up my inside. But I'm going to just go straight back up his inside. Barging out a little bit of contact there, but a little bit of elbows out action, doesn't hurt anyone. But now look at that, Marquez making the move, forcing me out wide, so very risky there from the Spanish rider, but we're still in 3rd place, and crucially, Oliveira is still behind me, so that's the main thing here as we go into this chicane. Very close to Marquez there, almost fell off the bike. I can feel my controller vibrate, so that could have been a very nasty incident there. Short shift to 3rd, good momentum. Can I go on the outside of Marquez here? That'd be fantastic if I could. And yes, I do. Nice move there. And now let's try and chase after Morbidelli on this back straight, even though I think I'm going to be under attack by Marquez in terms of straight line speed, because he's pretty close to me there. So let's try and defend here from Marquez. And if we survive the final corner, then we should be okay going into the next lap. I've run it in a bit hot into the final corner, which isn't going to help me. Running a very wide line. I'm going to bring it in a bit, tighten it up a bit through the final corner, pick up the traction. And we're down to P3, but like I said, Oliveira's behind us. That's the main thing. So here we go then. Into turn 1, onto lap 3 now. Oliveira's coming up my inside. Is he going to get the move? Yes, he does. So good move there from my teammate. Fair play to him. I've got a much nicer run through the final corner, which is going to allow me to get the straight line speed on him and cut back underneath him. And there we go. Nice move on the Portuguese rider. And we've now got to slow it down for turn 1. Alex Marquez is the fastest up of the Grand Prix. Oliveira back up my inside, so fair play to him. We're having a good old feisty ding-dong battle out here in Aragon for the World Riders' Championship is what is at stake right now. I'm going to go for the inside. Oh, that was very nice. A little bit of contact, but I've made it work. And I'm back up into 3rd place. And I want to try and latch onto these Mark VDS bikes before they start pulling away, because I want to get a few bikes between myself and Oliveira for the championship points. So let's try and focus here. Good speed through the section. These two should be battling soon. Marquez sent the fast up of the Grand Prix. I've got nice and close through there, and now we're going to approach the flip-flop chicane, which if I get it right on the brakes, I'm going to gain a lot of time. So let's get it ballsy on in the brakes there, nice and deep. That's what she said. Right, so bring it back for the second part of the chicane. Using up my tyres, using up my brakes. I'm going to keep a bit of a tighter line than these guys. The corner will come back to me as they do slow down a little bit here on the exit. I'm onto the curb, but so far I'm pulling away from Oliveira slightly, and I'm gaining on Marquez, so that's a good sign. Here we go then. Into this next chicane, going to bring it down for the apex. Marquez looking like he's going to make a move on Morbidelli anytime soon. Here we go. Nice run over the crest. A little bit of a track extend there, but right on the back of these guys now. We're going to set ourselves up for the straight. Nice and tight in the apex. Squirting the power on, and here we go then. I fancy my chances with a KTM machine in a straight line. So here we go. In the toe of Marquez, at the same time in the toe of Morbidelli. And this could be a pretty tasty double overtake into the final corner if I nail it on the brakes. Here we go. I've run it in very hot. Very, very hot. Going to pull the bike back here. It's not going to help me. I'm going to try and pick up the curb on the inside to pick up the straight line speed. Those two are going at it hammer and tongs up ahead. And there's a feisty battle between the two Mark VDS bikes. So let's wait for the chance as we go into turn 1 here. Bringing it down for the apex. I've got a little bit of penalty to take into account, so I need to just be a 10th clear of Oliveira come the finish line. But here we go. This next corner is which is going to give me the run on these two guys as I get a good run through there. And those two a bit clumsy through there. And here we go. I've had the run on Marquez. Going to hold the inside. That's going to be the question. Marquez is back up my inside. Not allowing me a moment to breathe, but I've got the better exit out of the corner here. Using the curb. Alright, let's try and downshift early, up the inside of Morbidelli, up the inside of both VDS bikes, but Marquez pulling off a beautiful switch back there. I'm going to try and get him on the brakes into this corner. Can I get it? Not quite. I'm going to brake early though for the next one and slice back underneath him here. Pick up the traction. Take the inside line. Let's try and squeeze him out there. Hang him out to dry. He's latched onto my rear tyre, which isn't ideal, but I'll squirt the power on now and I'm into the lead of the race with 1 lap to go here at Aragon. So let's try and bring it home as we go into the chicane now for the penultimate time in this race here. A little bit hot into there, but we've kept it under wraps. Just got to try and carry some good speed through here. and into the next chicane and try and get the gap out onto the straight so that I can't get attacked in a straight line by the guys behind me. So here we go, through the chicane, down to the apex, squirting the power on, and there we go. We've had a good run through there, and we've got a healthy gap. 2 more Morbidelli behind, sorry, Marquez. So right now we've got to try and bring this bike home if possible. Right, 1 more corner to negotiate. I've got the gap out to the guys behind. It's been a very good final lap here, and it's probably going to be the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but that's not my concern. The main thing is that I did have the pace around here in the race day, which is crucial for me. And here we go, at the final corner, popping a little bit of a wheel, a little bit too early there, but here we go, across the line. We're going to win at Aragon, and we're going to win back-to-back races again for the 2nd time this season. And after Austria's disappointment, we're really right back in the mix now for the World Riders' Championship, and we take the fastest up of the Grand Prix as well at Aragon. So a good performance, and Oliveira finished in P4, so that is crucial for the World Riders' Championship, because right now, as you can see, we're 2 points behind, so it's neck and neck with 4 races to go. So things couldn't be any tighter at the top, and also the VDS bike still have an outside shot there of the World Riders' Championship. So you've got to keep an eye on them guys. But fine, looking at the constructors, you can see that KTM, the outright leaders, and they're probably going to be the constructors' title in the next few races. But overall, guys, that has been this episode of MotoGP. And if you have enjoyed it, then leave a big thumbs up on the video, and also subscribe to my channel if you are new around here. And if you have missed any of the previous episodes, then why not check out the playlist down below in the link in the description. And also, if you have missed any of the videos on the screen right now, then I do urge you to go check them out if you haven't done so already. But I thank you guys ever so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.